Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for investing in yourself today. If you watched my class on amino acids, then this one's going to go hand in hand with that one. I'll explain why throughout the class. But first, let's think about some questions. There are many vitamins, minerals, and herbs out there. What do they do for you? How do I know which ones I need to take? What is the difference between a vitamin and a mineral? Are all herbs consumable? We're going to talk about these questions and much more. So come on. From Harvard University, vitamins and minerals are micronutrients required by the body to carry out a range of normal functions. However, some of these micronutrients are not produced in our bodies and must be derived from the foods we eat. Vitamins are organic substances, and they're generally classified as either fat-soluble or water-soluble. Some common ones include vitamins A, B, C, D, E, and folate. Now, minerals are inorganic elements. They're present in the soil and water, and some of the most common ones are sodium, calcium, potassium, and trace minerals are zinc, copper, and iodine, amongst others, of course. And just like some of the amino acids, you must consume them in one form or another in order to keep your body at the best working order it can be. Vitamins. There are 13 recognized vitamins, and within those, they're divided by fat and water soluble. Fat soluble are A, D, E, and K. Now, the body stores these as trusted fat sources, and they're fat-soluble vitamins, and they are stored in our fatty tissues, our liver, and the reserves of these vitamins can stay in our body for days and sometimes months. Most people's bodies can produce D and K, but that can vary depending on what's going on in your body. Now, water-soluble vitamins don't stay in our body for very long, and they cannot be stored. Meaning stored in your body. So you'll need a more regular supply of these, and these are all your B vitamins and vitamin C. Medical News Today states, quote, "A balanced, varied diet that contains plenty of fruit and vegetables should be the primary source of your vitamins. However, times such as during pregnancy or for people with restricted diets and for people with specific health issues might benefit from a multivitamin," unquote. Now, if you want your vitamin levels checked, you can ask your physician for something called a micronutrient test. Now, this micronutrient test checks your B12, your D, your E, plus magnesium, copper, selenium, and zinc, which means not all of the necessary vitamins you needed are going to be looked at, but it's definitely a place to start. Now, I know there's a ton of information on the next couple slides, so if you need to, pause and read through these diligently. Take what you need to take from them. I wanted you to have the information in writing as it's so important. Now, these lists also say what the chemical name is of the vitamin, because sometimes you need that when you are looking at food or bottle labels. Sometimes they'll say the chemical name and not the vitamin name that we're all used to hearing, which is the standard vitamin name. I've also listed out some of the foods which carry the vitamins to you if you'd like to consume the foods. Now, the B vitamins. The B vitamins are named by number. And again, I listed their chemical names, what they're used for, and the food you can consume to get the vitamin that you think you might need more of. Now, again, pause this class if you need to take more time on these slides. There's a couple more vitamin B's, and then we'll move on. There's a lot to learn here. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but in almost all of the B vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins, you can consume just one food item, and it will fulfill almost all of your needs. And that is the amazing egg. Now, eggs and I are not very good friends, but let's just say I can recognize a good thing when I see it, and eggs are it. Eggs have all 9 essential amino acids, as well as fulfill 5 of the 8 B vitamins in your nutritional needs. Now, I would say that that's definitely a winner. And last but certainly not least is vitamin C. Keeping in mind that cooking destroys vitamin C in fruits and vegetables, so you'd have to consume them raw if you want to get your vitamin C from your fruits and vegetables. The long and short of it is, if you think you might be in short supply of these vitamins, then take a multi on top of still eating properly. Your body will just flush out any excess. But there's no reason to worry about taking in too much of these vitamins unless you're mega dosing. And I strongly encourage you not to megadose. That can cause all sorts of bodily harm if done without strict medical supervision. All right, minerals. There's a few types of minerals. Let's first talk about macrominerals. Macrominerals are essential for your health, and they include calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, chloride, magnesium, and sulfur. It's always recommended that you get these from food sources as much as possible. Now, if you choose to take a multi-mineral supplement, you run the risk of getting too much. But just remember that keeping to the guidelines of those supplements that you're taking will keep you safe. Your body will usually just flush out what it does not need. Trace minerals. Now, these are minerals that you need in small amounts. Iron, chromium, molybdenum, zinc, iodine, copper, fluoride, manganese, and selenium. And these two can be ingested through the food that you eat, as well as supplements if you want to go that way. But if you go the supplement route, they need to be bioavailable. That means they're in a form that your body can actually absorb them properly. Now again, with everything that you do, your body may need more iron than somebody else, or more fluoride than somebody else, which is again why it's good to reach out to a physician, natural MD, or an herbalist. Because again, the amounts that you might need are minuscule, and shouldn't be added to your diet with a supplement unless under a physician's order. Now, these are the ones that I'm talking about in the black in the bottom: nickel, silicon, vanadium, and cobalt. These are the ones that are your needs are so minuscule, and you definitely should not be adding them to your diet by a supplement unless your doctor has said so. Now, according to healthline.com, nuts and seeds are packed with an array of minerals, but particularly rich in magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, selenium, and phosphorus. Now, the Brazil nut particularly gives you selenium, and the pumpkin seed delivers magnesium. Shellfish is another good example. Oysters, clams, mussels, they are all concentrated sources of minerals, and they're packed with selenium, zinc, copper, iron, among others. Now, cauliflower, broccoli, Swiss chard, and Brussels sprouts, and cabbage, and watercress actually are especially rich in sulfur, among other minerals as well. Organ meats. If you are a meat eater, organ meats are amongst the most mineral-dense foods you can eat. And they include copper, selenium, zinc, iron, and phosphorus. Eggs, again, eggs are high in iron, phosphorus, zinc, and selenium, and much more, as we've already discussed. Now, refined cacao beans usually comes in our country in a powder because most of the crop of cacao is not grown in our country in the United States, but it is rich in magnesium and copper. Now, I'm not talking about the one that's already mixed with sugar. I'm talking about raw cacao beans or powder. Now, beans contain calcium, magnesium, iron, phosphorus, potassium, manganese, copper, and zinc. However, if you are going to use beans as a food source, they need to be either sprouted or soaking them at least for 24 hours in order to make the nutrients bioavailable to your body, meaning your body can properly absorb them. Avocados, love them. They are a great source of magnesium, potassium, manganese, and copper, as well as many other things, including good fats and protein. Now, berries. Berries are great for potassium, manganese, and magnesium. Um, Sardines. Sardines are great. One can, usually the cans are 3.75 or 4 ounces of sardines, provides um, your calcium, your iron, your magnesium, your phosphorus, potassium, and selenium. That is a ton. And of course, you're also getting protein in there as well. Spirulina, or sometimes spirulin, offers iron, magnesium, potassium, copper, and manganese. Ancient grains such as amaranth, millet, quinoa, and sorghum give you magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, manganese, and copper. And one more thing to talk about. Kale, beet greens, arugula, endives, collard greens, and watercress offer magnesium, potassium, calcium, iron, manganese, and copper. Again, there's a lot of information here, so feel free to pause the class if you need to stop and read. Now, so you can get what you need in vitamins and minerals from your food. But let's talk about what they can do for your body now. Now you know how to get the nutrients, but what is that nutrient going to do for your body? The lists you see here are in no way all inclusive, but I have listed some that I hope you're going to find helpful. Manganese is used for energy, blood pressure, and nerve functions, as well as blood sugar control. Potassium is essential for blood sugar regulation, blood pressure regulation, your heart, nerve health, and muscle contractions. Calcium can be used to maintain your healthy skeletal system, nervous system, and is useful with your muscles. Chloride is needed for proper fluid balance and stomach acid. Phosphorus is important for healthy bones and teeth and found in every cell in your body. Now, part of the system that maintains acid-base balances is phosphorus, so it's really important. Sodium is needed for proper fluid balance as well. It helps with nerve transmissions and your muscles. Sulfur is a mineral that's necessary on a cellular level, which also includes DNA production and detoxification of your body. Zinc. Zinc works with your immune system functions, DNA production, and it works again on a cellular level. Iron is a part of a molecule in your body called hemoglobin, and that deals in your red blood cells carrying oxygen throughout your body, which of course helps in the metabolism of energy. Copper is used for proper growing, carbohydrate metabolism, and iron absorption, which of course deals in red blood cells. Manganese is a mineral that's essential for a number of metabolic functions involving your energy, your immune system, and your nervous system. And iodine. It's found for use in your thyroid hormone, which helps regulate growing, developmental things, and your metabolism. Selenium, considered an antioxidant and therefore essential for your overall health, amongst other things, of course. And fluoride, we know, is good for our bones and our teeth. It also helps with preventing tooth decay. Chromium works closely with our insulin to regulate blood sugar or glucose levels. And molybdenum. It activates several enzymes that break down toxins and prevents the buildup of harmful sulfites in our bodies. Herbs. I know this class is getting long and we're getting close to the end here, so hang in there with me. Let's take a look at the world of herbs. This is very near and dear to my heart. I am always taking classes and learning new ways to improve myself and the use of herbs to help my family and my friends. And yet, no matter how many classes I take, I always learn something new. Herbs are miracles, if you ask me. It's amazing that the themes growing around us, around right in our world, were actually made, put into place, and can be used to heal us. We just have to learn how and what. How do we use these herbs? And what do they do? Now, this class is getting long, I know, but we're just going to go over a few of the basic herbs which can be used in our very busy lives. Herbs can be used for healing our body. They can also be used to improve our mental health and so many other things. If you went to your local nursery, you'd probably find things like mint, basil, rosemary, thyme, sage, among many others. And these are great. They're all in my own herb garden. But what about the ones that you see in the medicine section in your grocer that have those weird names that you probably just pass by because you don't know what you would even do with them? Well, let's look at some of these and how can we use them in our lives. One note here, though, not all herbs are edible, and others have to be taken from their original form to be used in medicines. The American ginseng, not to be confused with other ginsengs. We're just talking about American ginseng today in this class. It's an adaptogen, which means it exhibits multiple functions as well as other things. It anti-fatigue, anti-stress, anti-aging, as well as general improvement of mental and physical performance in your body. Now, depending on your climate, you can grow this in your backyard garden, and it can also be grown in containers inside, but please note that it takes 6 years of growth for the root to contain enough of the required elements to be considered medicinal. Huperzine. It comes from a Chinese moss and can be used to improve memory and mental function in people, all people, but specifically those with Alzheimer's disease or other types of dementia. Now, it also has amazing things that can be used for depression, schizophrenia, and many other conditions, but there's no good scientific evidence to base the support of these uses yet. So keep that in mind. Should you want to take this for some of those things, reach out to your natural MD, naturopathic, homeopathic MD, reach out to your herbalist, reach out to your physician, but know that American ginseng should never be taken for more than 6 months at a time. Now, I know you probably already have this in your garden, but thyme can do miraculous things. It's considered antimicrobial, meaning it can help kill viruses. You can use it in tea for sore throats and diarrhea. Essential oil made from thyme can be used for insecticides. Unlike the fresh leaves, a person cannot consume essential oils by mouth or apply it directly to the skin. It has to be diluted in a carrier oil such as olive oil. Now, thyme oil is one of a naturally occurring class of compounds known as biocides. These are substances that can destroy harmful organisms such as infectious bacteria. So, you can use it in your kitchen or your bathroom as a cleaner. And as you do so, it leaves a lovely smell when you're done cleaning. As always, my warning when using essential oils or any supplements. It should always be in organic form, non-filler, non-GMO, and 100% therapeutic if using an essential oil. Now, yarrow. Yarrow can be used for inflammation, wound healing, anxiety. It's a blood purifier, amongst many, many, many other things. As with all herbs, there can be side effects. Namely, yarrow can slow blood clotting. So if that's something that you have issues with, please be mindful of that. When in doubt, don't use something until you have reached out to your physician or naturopathic MD, homeopathy doctor, and thoroughly researched it for yourself. I would always suggest don't rely on somebody else to tell you everything about something, especially when it comes to your own health. Definitely do your own research. Just make sure you're getting information from good sources. So the image here you see is called chaparral. It's usually a low-growing bush, and it's native to the Southwest where I live. It's an amazing herb. According to healthline.com, as well as a local herbalist I use here in the valley, this herb has anti-cancer abilities. It is an antiviral and anti-inflammatory. It can be used to do a deep clean of your gut and has many, many, many more benefits. As with all herbs, some are safer than others, and this particular one should not be used for more than 10 days at a time. If you want to learn more, please reach out to me, or for a one-on-one coaching, you can reach out to me for this or anything else we've discussed, or your local herbalist or naturopathic MD. Now, let's face it, we all get sick, and occasionally we need to go to our doctor for an antibiotic. And although most herbal remedies are not as strong as prescriptive medications, used carefully and when a virus or bacteria is caught early enough, you may find relief with an herbal remedy. Holy basil leaves are great for digestion, improving respiratory system, boosting your immunity. Its anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties make it an active ingredient used in several Ayurvedic medicines. Now, don't confuse holy basil with other types of basils out there. Holy basil has many more medicinal qualities and potency. Holy basil is believed to treat illnesses including memory loss, fevers, coughs, sore throat, headaches. You can put it on cuts, scrapes, bites, used for acne and diabetes. Now, the olive leaf, usually in an extract form, but can be had in pill or supplement form. It gives gastroprotective, neuroprotective, antimicrobial, it's anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and can help reduce the pain stimuli in your body. It's also an antioxidant. So it's full of amazing miracle things. Now, when holy basil, olive leaf, and chaparral are taken together, they form this wonderful, strong herbal antibiotic and antiviral. Now, this can be used as directed to treat what otherwise might need an antibiotic from your doctor. But the key here is to catch the symptoms of the infection early enough, as if they have taken over your entire body, or they will be too strong for an herbal remedy. This is where listening to your body comes into play. Taking this antiviral or antibiotic will not kill all the good bacteria in your gut like a prescription antibiotic does. Therefore, you only kill off what is hurting your body when taking the herbal remedy versus the prescription one from your doctor. Now remember, these should never be taken for more than 10 days at a time. Although there are so many other wonderful and magical herbs out there, we are going to talk about 2 more before ending this class. There's a fair number of people out there who no longer have their gallbladder. And when that happened, what did your doctor say? He said, stay away from these foods and stay away from these foods and don't eat those foods, right? But what they didn't tell you was that you can take herbs to help your digestion, which was the function of your gallbladder in the first place. Now, rosemary leaves can be eaten fresh or dried. and it's popularly consumed as tea or infused essential oils. Rosemary is high in manganese, which is an essential nutrient for metabolic health. Manganese also helps the body to form blood clots, allowing injuries to heal faster. It's an antioxidant and has powerful antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties, and is a good source of pantothenic acid, niacin, thiamine, folate, and riboflavin, which means they have some of those very important vitamin Bs, and we all need more of those. Now, sage. Sage is very high in vitamin K, aiding in blood clotting, and it also contains vital minerals such as magnesium, zinc, and copper. It is considered a major antioxidant player in the medicinal world. Sage has been shown to have antimicrobial effects that aid in killing plaque. So, making a home mouth rinse would be just the ticket. Sage is usually used as an herb in cooking. Whole aromatic leaves should be used sparingly for just the right amount of flavor in foods. You can also buy sage dried or ground and used in dishes to prepare. Teas, extracts, and supplements made from sage are also available in your store. And again, everything in moderation with herbs. No mega dosing, and always follow labels if you're using capsules or tinctures. Listen to your body and go from there. Herbal remedies take time. Vitamin minerals need time to absorb properly in your body. And they work differently for different people, as we all have different chemistry going on inside. I can't stress enough to you to do your own research on whatever it is you want to use. Reach out to your local herbalist, your naturopathic MD, your physician, with any questions that you have. Make an appointment with me. I'd love to chat with you more about herbs, vitamins, and minerals. And don't get discouraged. Natural medicine and new ways you are learning to love, care for yourself, help yourself takes time. When one thing doesn't work, try something else. Listen to your body. Is it saying it feels better? Or is it telling you you're worse? Try again and try again. Using the living world around us to heal is certainly not easier, but it is healthier and usually safer. And in the long run, you will be able to help yourself or someone else when a doctor is not there for you to run to. If you're ready to make a change and want a plan specific for your needs and want someone to coach you along, I'm ready. Go to my blog and click on my coaching tab for a free consultation. Then we can make a plan to set your goals into motion. Make sure you reference my resource pages on my blog. Go to my homepage and you're going to see one under resources for mental health, self-care, and healthy living. There's a lot of fun stuff there. You can also find me on these social media sites, and feel free to email me with questions. I love to hear from you guys. If you like this class, you're going to find more on my YouTube channel. But your support in subscribing helps me to be able to continue to provide these free classes to you. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kathleen Ann Unshamed. And thank you. Thank you for choosing you today. Thank you for finding time to become the person you want to be. Here's the sources that I listed at the bottom of each slide during this class. You can reference them at your will and find out even more information there.